Hello, this is Kareen with Kareen and Company. Today we're going to do belly button therapy, and we've already dowsed to find out what we'd like to clear. I'm just going to take one of my chakra wands that I make. It has all the stones to cover all the chakras, and I'm just going to put it on the heart chakra. And what it does is just pull in more energy to release and let go. Selenite is a really clearing stone. It really enhances your space. And because we're clearing and letting go and enhancing the body, it's going to just help this person feel more relaxed and more at peace. So, of course, I'm going to be using my dowsing tool. And we're going to clear programs on visual programming. So sometimes, as an individual, our mind can be overactive. We can have a lot of imagination. Sometimes it can run wild. Or if you've had a lot of trauma in your life, usually starting from childhood. So what we're going to do is, without blaming or shaming our genetic coding from our mother and father and our ancestors, we're going to go in and clear some of these programs on their behalf, on this soul's behalf, and any of her offsprings. So visual programming, we're going to go in and just use that as part of any flashbacks you may have. A lot of that has to do with a lot of our root chakra. I just want to see where we're going to go with this. So as we clear, the most important thing is when you take a breath in, it's a long, slow inhale, and you hold for 5 seconds. And then you slowly release, and you give your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul permission to let go of anything and everything that doesn't serve for the highest good of your body. So we're going to set our intention that we're going to talk to our cells, our cellular memory, our organs, our bones, our blood, our tissue, our glands, and we're going to ask that anything that got stored in here, either genetically or cellularly, or from other lifetimes, that we're willing to look at it if it no longer serves the highest good for you or your ancestors, that we're going to take this breath in, and through this we're going to release it. Healing is just simply that simplistic. If you can name an adjective or a feeling or an emotion that's causing you some trauma, you can just set your intention that when you say that word and you breathe in, you hold, and you let go, you can clear. If you still feel the weight of it, just take your little fingers and do a snap, which is basically going to say, hey, let's rewire this. I don't want this emotion or this feeling. So, visual programming, flashbacks from our past, and old memories. This is what we're going to work on at this time. So as you take your breath in, I'm going to talk to the chakras of the body, and I'm going to ask and make sure that they allow you to let go of these energies. I'm going to talk to each one. We're going to just do 7 of them, and from there, it's going to domino to your other chakras, whether you're aware of them or not. I'm just getting permission from these chakras. They're showing me 100% that they're willing to work with you on letting go, removing, and clearing. Wonderful. So let's call in your guides, your angels, your high self committee, your spiritual committees, your healing committees. And let's give permission to our abdominal area where we hold on to a lot of stuff. We hold on to a lot of old stuff, and give it permission to let go as we work. Of course, we're going to ask our lungs, our large intestine, our stomach, our spleen, our heart, our small intestine, our kidney, and our bladder, our liver and gallbladder, to allow everything and anything that no longer resonates for the highest good on this earth plane, that you're willing to let it go. Sometimes we came into this lifetime and we asked to experience many things. We thought in the earth, in the heavenly realms, that we could handle it when we came in. And then we forget, and sometimes when we get to an older age, it becomes too much for our soul. So what we're really doing is going through our Akashic records, our old subconscious records and conscious records, and getting rid of all these old visual memories that created trauma, heartache, and pain. We're going to go ahead and ask that those be acknowledged, released, and cleared. Sometimes that has to do with our self-esteem, sometimes low self-esteem, but we're going to clear it through your breath. Anytime when you're sitting and you feel it in your solar plexus, maybe a little bit of nervousness and anxiety, just breathe it out till it's clear. We're only at 50% here, so let's work through that and see what else we can clear. Sometimes we get trauma triggers, and sometimes whether it's in our root chakra, in our solar plexus, our heart, communication, or our crown chakra, let's just give permission to our body, our mind, our spirit, and our soul to allow triggers to be acknowledged and released. You know, you don't have to hold on to anything. If it's causing you emotional pain, mental pain, psychological pain, just name that trauma or that feeling and that emotion and breathe it deep in with a lot of love. Hold it and a lot of forgiveness and love, and let it exhale. You can do this every day. You don't need me to help you. I want to teach you how to do it yourself. So, whether it's a sound that triggers you, let's ask if these sounds could be removed, released, and cleared, because it's not important that we're constantly triggered, that we're constantly harmed, that we're constantly in that fight and flight. Give yourself permission to let it go. Really good. Good. And when I'm saying good, what I'm doing is I'm just dowsing, and this body is telling me, as well as your bodies, that you're accepting this type of truth as a new truth and a new way to heal yourself. Take another breath in, and we're going to hold things we're aware of, unaware of, and go ahead and release. Things that are hidden, buried, covered up, that your soul no longer needs. We're willingly going to remove it, release it, and clear it. Very good. Okay. Now, if for some reason a visual or an audio memory comes in and it's attached to a sound or a smell, let's give this body, mind, spirit, and soul permission to relax, unwind, release. Really what you're asking for is to be back in your body, to be in control of how you feel, how you think. If you were not treated right in this lifetime, it's okay if you acknowledge that, breathe in love and forgiveness until it doesn't traumatize you anymore. That's the fastest way to heal yourself. Good. Let's check this energy here. Good. Ask that all trauma programs, trauma belief systems be acknowledged, released, and cleared for the highest good of your soul. Possibly you took on some of your mother and father's trauma or drama, their mothers and fathers. Let's ask that we clear this for not only you, but your mother, your father, their mothers and fathers. Let's give permission to our ancestors and our offsprings, our brothers, our sisters, our friends. Let's proxy all these people and give them permission to let go. So then I feel in the abdominal area, sometimes when we get cramping and disharmony, just go clockwise, and just pretty much what we're saying is, hey, sometimes I feel really a little bit of pain or tightness or bloating. Let's get permission to let it go. A lot of times you can just simply, around your belly button, just massage it like 100 times until it goes, or touch the place that bothers you or hurts you. Breathe in, hold, let go, until you feel that trigger's gone. Sometimes we don't even have to name that trigger or that problem. Just touching it gives us permission to let it go. And then sometimes we might smell things that awaken a memory. A lot of times it's good. We want to reprogram whether we smell something or a loud bang or a loud burst brings us back to fear or anxiety or worry. I want to clear that now. I'm going to ask this body, stop reliving the past. Let go of all the pain, all the fear, all the heartache that you genetically lived, you may have experienced, and may have been programmed in from your mother, your father, their mothers and fathers. Let's clear this fear, this guilt, this shame. Take a good breath in. We're going to hold it in our lower dantian. And then you just lightly exhale. What you're telling those that work on your behalf of the light is that this is so much, my body can't hold on to it anymore, and I'm willingly, with my breath as I breathe in and I breathe out, to let go of some of these traumas, some of these tragedies, and some of these experiences that just don't keep me balanced and happy. With that, sometimes when we as an individual, if a moment frightens us, scares us, threatens us, sometimes we just hold our breath and we listen. And then sometimes our imagination can go crazy, but most of the time it hits back to the past. Let's give our body permission to stop. Let's ask our central nervous system to stop going back into those moments of fear, those moments of fright, those unexplainable situations that may have happened. Let's ask for love, kindness, and forgiveness for those who may have harmed us, for those whom we may have harmed out of our fear and our worry and our stress. Just keep breathing, releasing, and letting go as I check our chakras again. This is all about your personal healing. This is all about you feeling better about you, forgiving yourself, forgiving some of our ancestors we didn't even meet, but letting go of things that harmed us, hurt them, hurt us. Whether it's mental, emotional, physical, or psychological, give your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit permission to let go of things that don't support you anymore. Let's ask that all and clear, identify, research, and clear any and all memory impingements that may have been genetically encoded into us, into our organs, into our tissue, into our muscle, into our bone. Let's ask all memory impingements be identified, released, and cleared, especially if you're keeping them in the ancestral knowledge or your Akashic records or your subconscious memory. We no longer have to keep that fight and flight trigger. Let's release it and let it go. Good. Any emotional impingements that we hang on to, maybe we think it keeps us safe or protected. Let's clear that belief, because anything that startles you, traumatizes you, keeps you from being in the flow of love, laughter, kindness, softness, happiness. Those things hold you back. We don't want to be held back anymore. We want the freedom to move forward, to attract good people, nice people, good situations, great situations, without constantly living in our past. So as you breathe in, set the intention that you choose to live in the now, that you're open to divine healing, that you welcome healing. So as you lay there, I'm just going to clear a few more things that I feel in the abdominal area. Accept healing, accept goodness, accept love, self-love, and accept forgiveness. Not only for you, but for your ancestors, so they may heal. Whether they're still on this earth plane or crossed over, it makes no difference. Remember, breathing in, holding, and letting go through your breath is the best way to heal your heart and your mind and your soul. Thank you.